the power of delusional self-belief. That's the ultimate key that will make you really rich. And now, it's your time to get it. Every single person you admire, whether it's an athlete, an entrepreneur, an artist, at one point, they believed in something that no one else could see. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for proof. They acted as if success was inevitable. It's 1899, Ohio. Two bicycle mechanics, Orville and Wilbur. Two ordinary men with a dream that would change the course of history forever. The Wright brothers. They had a wild vision that one day they were going to make humans fly. They had no idea how. The only thing they had was just some metal scraps, some wood, and an enormous dose of delusional self-belief.
They had this passion, this mission. They were obsessed to succeed.
Engineers called them idiots, newspapers made fun of them, and the world laughed and called them insane. Man wasn't meant to fly.
What was the public view of flying at this point? Was it considered a possibility?
It's impossible. Human beings can't fly, won't fly, never fly.
Even their father, Milton Wright, a bishop of the Church of the United Brethren in Christ, warned them they'd burn in hell for thinking something so absurd. But did they listen? Of course not.
Here's two bicycle mechanics, and they're going to fly through the air. The American government had spent millions of dollars attempting to figure out how to get a plane in the air. They couldn't do it.
They didn't just keep trying blindly either. They studied nature.
They saw all these examples in nature of flight, the butterfly, the dragonflies, the buzzards and vultures.
They watched birds gliding gracefully on the wind.
They would read books about animal locomotion and look at birds' wings. And people were like, what are those guys doing?
They became obsessed with bird wings, their shapes, their movements, the way air flowed over them.
The Wrights benefited from breaking the chains that might have otherwise have bound their mind.
If a dog can conquer water without any help, then we can conquer the skies with the power of our will. In 1899, they launched their very first flight experiment by testing a rudimentary kite flyer. But that tiny moment lit a fire in their minds, a spark that would change the world forever. Fail after fail. They kept going, with more than 800 flight attempts, 800 crashes, rebuilds, and fresh starts. They tried so many times that they bent the odds in their favor, and every single one taught them something new. Each failure wasn't the end. It was another step toward the sky. They believed what the whole world thought it was impossible.
They flew 120 feet in 12 seconds. 12 seconds that changed the history of mankind forever.
Once they turned their delusion into reality, the world had no choice but to worship them as gods and cheer their triumph. Their delusional self-belief is the only reason you can change countries by plane within an hour. The only thing separating reality from delusion is belief. So if you want to get rich, that's your ultimate weapon. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to achieve your vision? Every vision has its price, and there are many ways to pay it. Every person who has achieved their dreams had two things in common: a delusional self-belief and the will to sacrifice everything. And this is not a coincidence, it's a pattern. The same mindset, with the same self-belief, echoing across every single industry in the world.
If there's one thing that I've done that I'm like the proudest of everything, all right, is the fact that people talk about, wow, you've had such success and it's just been so overnight and whatever. Well, whatever success I've got has come after like 8 years of just nothing working out.
And when I wake up, I'm probably going to train again, and then I'm going to have dinner, and then I'm going to bed. And I'm going to do that every single day. Sometimes you have to sacrifice loved ones in order to be great because they don't understand.
In any endeavor in life, be it sport, be it politics, be it education, you have to want it yourself. And that's what separates the 99% with the 1%, the ones that truly dream and dare and go for their goals and their vision.
It doesn't matter what industry you are in. You can achieve anything. It's a matter of time, self-belief, and how willing are you to pay the price. The price can be paid in many different ways. Working long nights when the world's asleep, and moments with loved ones you'll never get back. So if you want to get rich, there is a price to be paid, and you better pay it. Genghis Khan, one of the biggest warlords ever to exist in the history of humankind. $120 trillion. That's the estimated total asset value of the lands he conquered. 22%. That's the percentage of the planet he conquered. He was able to conquer almost a quarter of the entire Earth. He had so many women, his DNA could be found in roughly 16 million men worldwide. And if you didn't know, he started as a young boy whose tribe was destroyed, and he was captured as a slave. The only thing he had was his delusional self-belief for survival and revenge. He then managed to escape, and his relentless pursuit of revenge and victory drove him to do whatever it took to destroy his enemies and conquer the world. Imagine what you could achieve if you applied that same relentless obsession to your own goals. So, making $10,000 a month from your comfy PC setup, honestly, it's way easier than what Genghis Khan pulled off. So if you want to get rich, pursue your goals with relentless determination.